Hello and welcome everybody. J-Man here for another music reaction. I hope you all are doing well out there, whatever day of the week it is for you. Um, Welcome if you are new to the channel. Welcome back if you're not. I do music reactions predominantly. I stream on Twitch on Saturday and Sunday, usually starting around 8 a.m. Pacific time, US time. If you're interested in coming and hanging out with my Twitchies and chit-chatting about what I'm reacting to and talking about who knows what tangent I'll get off onto. I am I have a bit of a squirrel brain. I'll get onto some tangents and talk about some weird stuff. But if that's your thing, come over and join us on Twitch. We'd love to have you. Also, links to my Twitch will be down below, jman84 on Twitch. There'll also be a link to my Discord. You can come over there, hang out, chat with us over there. We talk about all kinds of stuff over there on the Discord. But what we have here, I'm going to dive back in. I made my name on YouTube here by reacting originally to Nightwish's Ghost Love Score. That kind of blew my channel up. And I became an instant Nightwish fan. So we're going to dive into their new album, Yesterwynd, which I have heard a couple of like the single releases off of that album. But I definitely have not listened to the full album. And so some of my Twitchies have recommended some other songs off of that new album to react to. The first one was a suggestion by Cyber Jarl for Children of Ata. From what I understand, this song is about a true story. Some Polynesian kids that got stranded on the island of Ata. Sounded like a little bit of maybe a Lord of the Flies scenario situation. So yeah, interested to check it out. Interested to hear some new Nightwish. So let's go ahead and let's dive on in and let's see what we got going here. So here we go. Let's switch over. And here we go. Nightwish, Children of Ata. Let's get it.
Still fastness in the horizon. 15 months under mucking sun.
15 months? I'm assuming that's how long they were stranded.
Was there away from world place to us music yet unheard? We were there.
Little throwback to We Were Here. Very true. Okay, quick pause here. 5.5 minutes, pretty standard length song by Nightwish. Of course, we know they can go into some of those epics, but yeah, so far, very reminiscent of what we heard from their last album. I feel like Tuomas has moved into more he seems to have a bit more of a penchant for like storytelling stuff. Not saying that old Nightwish didn't have like storytelling in it, but I feel like this is kind of more of a new focus for Tuomas, kind of like Shoemaker and things like that from the last album. Um, but never anything negative to say about Floor's voice, obviously. I am a Floor super fan. I believe that she is one of the, if not the best female vocalists out there, just in terms of her range and just her overall tone and her vocal gymnastics and all of that stuff. So yeah, loving what I'm hearing from Floor. Had that nice subtle intro, slow intro, building with some heavy bass guitar riffs and things like that. Sounding very familiar for the new Tuomas. I feel like Tuomas has gone through a little bit of a shift in his musical stylings. Used to be known as the metal Mozart, and I agree with that 100%. Their older stuff, very, very metal with that orchestral sound to it. And lately, it seems like he's shifting into more like hard rock Mozart or rock Mozart kind of a thing. His compositions are always fantastic. I would say that I am more of a fan of the metal Tuomas. Not saying I don't like the new stuff. I love the new stuff. I don't think there's anything that Nightwish has done that I would say I dislike. But definitely, I feel like the Tuomas has gone through a shift as he's gotten a little bit older. Nothing wrong with that at all. Like I said, just a definite change in the overall feel to his music and stuff like that. But interesting story. It sounds like these kids were stranded on this island for 15 months. There was that one comment about man being the cruelest beast or something to that effect. That is so true. We like to think of us as like the highest order of animals, and we're the only ones with communication and all of this stuff, but we can also be the cruelest, most sadistic animal on the planet. And we can be the best of things, and we can be the worst of things. And yeah, I like that commentary there early on. So enough rambling. Let's go ahead. Let's back it up a smidge, and we'll keep on going. Lord of Flies reference. All right, let's pause there after that little musical interlude. So yeah, so I feel like what Tuomas does now over the last couple of albums is he gives you that more like subdued thing that he's kind of transitioned to over the last couple albums. But then he also gives those old school Nightwish fans, the fans of the metal Mozart Tuomas. He throws us little bones throughout his new stuff. And we definitely had that little harder jam and chugging sort of musical bit in there with the bass and the guitar and the drums. Definitely enjoyed that. Very cool. More than anything, I'm intrigued by this story that they're telling here. I definitely want to look into it. There was a line saying that they beat the Lord of Flies. So does that mean that they managed to not devolve to that while they were on the island? Or does it mean that there was somebody on the island that kind of became a little Lord of Flies ish and they were able to overcome that? I'm intrigued by the story. I definitely want to, when I get done, go check this out and see what it's all about and learn about this story of these kids that were stranded on this island. Very intriguing to me. So I'm very much enjoying the lyric version of the video, being able to see the lyrics, read the lyrics. Of course, you can clearly hear Floor's enunciation of the lyrics. She's always crystal clear with her enunciation and all of that. But still, it's nice to have it on screen to be able to follow along very clearly with the lyrics and things like that. But I'm digging it so far. Very cool. Liking the sound, liking the story, liking the vibe. Let's back it up a smidge and we'll finish it on out here. Little children's choir there, a classic of Nightwish. All right. Yeah, let's break it down, talk about it a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Again, I said it during the song that I I feel like if you had to pin me down and make me pick my favorite Nightwish stuff, it's gonna come from their earlier stuff, early to mid stuff, the more metal side of Tuomas that was, you know, everything up to like the last couple albums, I would say. But the newer albums, it feels like Tuomas is he's got something to say about the world around us, and he wants to talk about that, and I'm all about it. I feel like the things that Tuomas wants to say and has to talk about are things that I strongly agree with. There have been, the Shoemaker and the How's the Heart, this song. Swiss Cheese Brain is keeping me from remembering some of the others, but it seems more like he's shifted into a little more social commentary. Um, what was the one from the last album about the one that was, I think it was their first single, about the like oil. The video was very much the person drenched in oil, bathing in a bathtub of oil, stuff like that. I'm blanking on the title of that song. Noise, yeah, and how we were so into our own little worlds with our electronics and social media and things like that. So yeah, definitely enjoy that sort of social activism side that's coming out in Tuamas. And this very cool story that it's telling. Like I said, once I get done with this, I'm definitely going to go check out the story of what happened with these kids on the island of Ata and kind of look into that. So very much enjoyed this. Very cool composition. We got some of that old composer Tuamas in there. A lot of little keys tinkling in the background. A little bit of, excuse me, a little bit of the children's choir in there. A lot of I could hear it sounded like some other orchestral elements and things like that. So definitely enjoyed that. That was very good. Good suggestion by Cyber Jarl there. I really enjoyed that. If you did enjoy that, links to the original video will be down in the description below. Please go over and like and subscribe, and show some love to Nightwish, and support them. If you enjoyed what I'm doing here, please give me a like and a subscribe. Maybe hit that little bell notification if you want to know when I've got some new stuff coming out. Probably be dropping stuff on YouTube about every 2 or 3 days, something to that effect. So thanks for joining. Hope to see you on the next one. Everybody take care out there. Peace.